Do you need compressed air for a PCP air rifle? I did. So I got this. Let me get it out of the box and I'll show you what we have. This indeed is packaged really well. Alright, what this came with was a power cord for 110. It comes with a power cord to clip onto your car battery with an XT60 connector, which plugs into the back of the compressor. It comes with a manual from Vevor, tells you all about the compressor, shows you how to hook it up and go through all the motions with that. It comes with some extra filters, and it comes with about, that looks like about a 20 something inch, maybe 24 inch high pressure hose. And this little thing here, well, this is your little moisture filter. And this little thing here is very handy, and I'll show you what this is for in just a second when we get the compressor going. And I have some recommendations for you for using that and documentation for your compressor. Now let's take a look at the compressor itself. We have a reel over here to put your cables and stuff on, kind of get them out of your way. There is a auto shut off pressure gauge up on the top, and then your temperature gauge. All your XT60 connectors back here, your 110 connector is back here. Also included in this kit with the filters are O-rings to rebuild this if the need arises. And inside the instruction manual, it goes over all the procedures to replace the O-rings. So you won't be doing that in the dark. Alright, when you turn this on, the fans are going to kick on. It's going to be very loud. Alright, what we're going to do here, I've got the compressor set to 3500 PSI. I'm going to set a timer on my phone. I've got the deadhead, or plug, in the end of the filter, and when I turn this on, it's going to be very loud. I'll filter it out. I don't know if my microphone will pick me up while this is running or not, but this procedure is going to see how long it takes to bring this up to pressure. Maybe I'll set it at 4,000, just a good round number. And we're going to see how long it takes to pump up. Now this is going to be your baseline, so in the future, if you think this isn't pumping up fast enough, or you're wondering if it needs to be rebuilt, this is going to be your baseline. Put it in a notepad somewhere, write it on a sticky note, stick it on top, how long it took to get to a certain pressure. If you're not going to be filling to 4,000, if you just want to use this as a baseline, it's not bad. If your guns are only going to be filling to 3,600 or whatever, then just use that as your baseline. But you need a baseline so that you can come back for future reference, see that everything is working the way it's supposed to work. So I'm going to plug this in. The fans are going to engage. There's the fans. You've got a bleeder valve here. You don't want to start this under pressure. I don't think you can hear me, but we're going to start this now, just in case you can hear me. I think that was 34 seconds. I forgot to stop it, so we're going to do it one more time. All right, I'll look at the video and see where that actually shut off. I'm showing basically 32 seconds, so it was either 32 or 34 the first time. I don't know, but that's going to be what you use as your baseline. And what I see on the needle, it's going to shut off at the far side of where the needle is. So what I'm going to do, and this is going to be up to you, this is my preference, I have an inline gauge so that I can see where this is actually set. I'll show you how that works. Now keep in mind, that we're adding volume to the system, so the shutoff's not going to be at the same time. What we're concerned with on this is to see where the shutoff pressure is. This is an analog gauge, and if you have a gauge like this, you can fine tune your shutoff for your particular air rifle. Now this is just something that I built myself. I've got the deadhead in here, and I've got my gauge right here. I'm gonna try and turn this just where I think it might be at 4,000 psi, and we're gonna see what it does on the meter. It's gonna get loud again. So I think you could see that, and it shut off about 4,100 on the gauge. So that's gonna be pretty consistent. I like doing this, and that way I have a little more confidence, because sometimes the gauge on the gun doesn't show the same as the gauge on the compressor, and that's with any of my compressors. So all told, I think this is, for an analog gauge, I think this is pretty accurate. And we'll put this on a couple of rifles, and we'll see what the fill time is. And I don't have anything that's empty, and I've got just a small PCP. Let me grab one. All right, I have my Notos, and it's sitting at about 2,000 psi, which is about where I refill it, somewhere in that vicinity. So we're going to put this on here. We're going to fill up the Notos. Gonna get noisy again. Well, on the odd chance that you can hear me, we were at 1 minute and 29 seconds. All right, we'll try this again with the Diana Bandit. This thing fills to about 2,900 psi, and that looks to be just about right. Pretty much empty right at the edge of the green and the yellow. We're going to start this up. Get noisy again. So we were 1 minute and 3 seconds from all the way at the yellow to all the way at the top of the fill on the Diana Bandit. So anything that you're running with a tube on it, it's going to fill pretty quick. If you're using something with a bottle on it, it's going to take a little longer. They do offer a 2-stage water-cooled compressor. Maybe I'll pick one of those up, give you a demonstration on that. So far, and this is a pretty early test. Now I'm about to take a little trip with a bottle gun with a half-liter bottle on it. down to Texas and get a little shoot time in down there, I'm going to take this with me and we'll see what this does. I'll make another video on that soon, but for right now, you got to put up with a little noise on this, and all of them are that way. It's a one stage, reasonably fast with a tube gun. When I get my bottle gun and we get down to Texas in the next video, I'll show you what kind of fill times I get on that and see what kind of temperatures. You got to your gauges here. If you have any errors, if you try to start it under a load, you're going to get the beeper and it's going to not want to start on you. So it kind of protects itself. Overall, I think this is a pretty decent value. I'll let you decide what you think it represents for you. But I appreciate everybody, and I'm going to throw a video up over here that you might like. YouTube's going to throw one down here that you might like. I'll catch you in one of those, or I'll catch you in the next video.